Hello, Taurus. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Taurus is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. These readings are totally free. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Taurus, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we start with an Ace of Pentacles. This is a new situation for you. There is something going on in your life that you sort of just started doing, or you just got involved with, whether it's a person, a place, a thing, a new path. I feel like Spirit has given you the gift of kind of a doorway, okay? And I feel like you've taken the path. So you started something new. Maybe it's a new activity, a new skill. Maybe it's a new relationship. Maybe it's a new job. Maybe it's into a new home, or we've started working on something new. There's like a new goal in mind for you, okay? And you're the type of person that, I think that you like to have goals, and you like to sort of set a timeline. You like to set both the long-term goals, but I think what you like to do is break them down into shorter-term kind of goals, so that we can see the progress. We keep ourselves disciplined, we keep ourselves motivated by setting up, challenging goals, but relatively short-term. So it's kind of like, okay, what's my goal for the week? Because then we accomplish those things for the week, and we feel great about continuing on, enjoying the weekend, and the next week back at it, So let's see what's going on with this card. Let's see what you've started. And, well, there is your discipline. There is your strength and your resilience with the Nine of Wands. We have a Four of Cups, Ten of Cups. And we have the Lover's card, okay. We have a Princess of Wands over there. Now we have the Moon card. We have a Tower, okay. We have a Seven of Pentacles, and we have your Taurus power card. Look at that. That is the Prince of Pentacles. That represents the Taurus energy in action. So I feel like this really is something that is, it's good for you. I think it's bringing you closer to your true self. I think that it is also something that is, you're building a really successful life here. Okay, I think there is something that's sort of happening unexpectedly. Okay, I wonder if the Tower energy here is a bit of a breakthrough. Okay, because we got the Four of Cups underneath everything, right? And the Four of Cups is kind of like saying, I'm kind of not motivated. I'm kind of not happy, right? That this is kind of like just a blah feeling. It feels like we are. It feels like we're not so motivated at the moment, okay? But these two cards in the Dove and Serpent spread are very close, because this is our internal feeling. We're just kind of like going through the motions, not feeling too excited. This is like surprise, okay? So something really, really, really powerful is coming into your life right now. And I wonder if this is like, we've been steadily committed to something for a long time. We've been working very hard. Again, I think that this is kind of a new thing that you've started, but I wonder if we're already feeling kind of the routine of it a little bit much, okay? Anyway, let's select the mystery card. We'll get into all of these cards individually. First, the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down over here. We're going to put Mr. Ed, the little horse, right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during this program you feel like you might know what that card is, put your prediction in the comments down below. Now, as we look around the room, we see the three major arcana cards. The Lovers, which is your choice, your commitment, you've promised yourself to this new path, but I think you're not so convinced of its, you're not so convinced of the deeper purpose of it yet. It kind of feels like you got some reservations about this commitment. Okay, maybe you haven't yet committed to it. Okay, but the moon and the Tower, taking a risk here, going into the dark, scary forest, is going to be a revelation for you. It is going to lead to such a skyrocketing. Okay, but the thing is, the problem, I think, is that we have this sort of, I don't know how to describe this, the Four of Cups for you internally here. It feels like we're not yet fully accepting the path. We're not yet fully embracing it. Maybe this is kind of like, we want to commit to it, but I'm nervous. I'm a little bit scared of committing to it. Because I feel like you're being given the gift of this wonderful opportunity that, yes, you know that it's going to require your strength, that it's going to be work, right? It's going to be kind of a, once you see, like you don't want to say yes to it because you know that once you do, then you're committed. Then you're like fully on board. Okay? So with the Four of Cups, I feel like we haven't yet fully embraced something. And maybe it has to do with our 10 of Cups in the background. But anyway, we've got fire, we've got a little bit of water. We don't have any air cards right now. And then we have earth and earth and earth. So, significant earth energies here. But there's no air. Let's talk about that first. The lack of air energy, I think, is because maybe we don't know why we're hesitating. Maybe we don't know, we don't really know what we're what's holding us back or what we're kind of afraid of or what might be preventing us from making that full commitment, right? But doing the work of the Lover's card. Now, this doesn't have to be a romance. Put your pitchforks away. It could be, though. There's something that is, there's something that we're not really looking forward to, maybe, right? And I think that the 10 of Cups holds the answer here for you. Because the 10 of Cups is this feeling of contentment, satiety, this feeling of I am absolutely at peace with everything, right? But what it kind of feels like now, and we know when we get, like this is the card of going to the buffet, right? And you can have everything you want, and you sample all your favorite dishes, and at the end, you just feel so full, so content, you feel just blissful. It's like, I don't want to eat another bite. I don't want to move from this spot. Okay? This is like a serotonin state, where we're just like, I don't want anything else. I'm fulfilled. I am happy. I am content. I'm not striving for anything. I don't want anything different. I don't want to change this moment. I wish this moment could last forever. But what happens very soon? You get hungry again, right? And so we start to feel like this stirring that kind of says like, okay, now I need to go and I need to find something else to do, right? So we have these moments in life where we feel just blissed out. We feel like this is the perfect moment. Nothing could ever change. This is absolutely wonderful. It's perfection, right? But then we know that it obviously this feeling is going to diminish. Whatever the neurochemical is, or I don't know, it's going to diminish a little bit, and we're going to start to feel hungry again. But maybe the Four of Cups is saying, I don't want to be hungry again. I want to just stay here in this contentment. But when we look this way, we kind of see like, okay, this is kind of like, I have to get out of bed. I don't want to get out of bed, but I can't sleep any longer. I know I have to get out of bed and start the day, right? This is kind of the card of starting the day. This is the card of discipline. This is the card of now like, I'm happy I started the day. Here's my energy. This is kind of like you're sleeping at night. You got to wake up, go to work. Well, this is the discipline that it takes for you to just get up and do it. Now, there's no swords cards because we're not having the debate with ourselves. We're not saying, maybe I shouldn't, or do I really want to do it today? No, I don't think you do want to. This is the card of kind of not wanting something, right? So do I want to get up and go do this today? No, I don't want to. But I'm not going to have that discussion with myself, because then guess what? We'll probably talk ourselves out of it. So what we do instead is we just put our feet on the ground, we stand up, we start working, we start doing the thing. We start getting ready for our day, we go and do our meditation or our exercise, or we start cooking, or we get our butts to work, we get ourselves on the path, right? Whatever it might be for you. And so this might be something that you have already been doing. I don't know. It feels like this is something new. But it feels like it may be new because it's kind of like it's that morning, it's at 5 o'clock in the morning, the alarm goes off, and I really don't want to do it. But I'm just going to get up and I'm going to use my strength, my willpower to do it. Why? Well, because of this Lover's card, because you've committed to it. Because I think that and now, you maybe haven't yet. And maybe this is what we're considering. Like, do I have what it takes to commit to this and be able to get up every day and go do it? Do I really have what it takes to put in the work to make this a success? I don't know that it's a relationship. I'm not feeling that it is. I'm feeling that this is some kind of a job, a work, a task, some kind of a skill or an activity of some kind. And we're just sort of like, you're the type of person that when you commit to something, you're in it. Like, you're not going to break your promise, right? And if you're going to commit to something, you're going to go all in. And, I feel like I'm leaning toward the idea that you've already made the commitment. And now we're mustering the discipline and the willpower to get up every day and do the thing, whatever we've committed to. Maybe we said, okay, I'm going to, for this month, I'm going to exercise every day. And now when the time comes around for us to exercise, oh gosh, but this movie is so good. My couch is so comfortable. My bed is so warm. The 10 of Cups. But what we do is we sort of use our willpower and our discipline to get ourselves up. Again, the lack of air energy, showing that you're not having the debate with yourself. You're not having the conversation. That at this point, it's just sheer discipline that's going to push you forward because of your commitment. You're mustering the discipline, and here now is your energy level rising. The Princess of Wands, okay? The Princess of Wands is now fired up. This is a flame that we've turned the gas up on the flame, and now it's dancing, right? Now we're dancing with the tiger. We're doing that difficult work. We're at the gym, we're on the bike, we're going to work, we're outside, we're walking the dog, we're cooking breakfast, whatever it is that we have to do. Right? Whatever you've committed to. And now here we're up and doing it. But when we're in that 10 of Cups state, it's like I'm sleepy. And then we feel like, oh gosh, I don't want to do it. I don't want to get up and go to work. I wish I didn't have to. And if we start lingering here, and if we sort of start thinking this way, because this is under the surface, right? This is your internal state. Is kind of like, I'm not feeling so into it today. Okay. Once we get up and start moving, then the energy rises. Then the heat rises and we get into it. We start feeling good. Okay. And so I think this is very significant here. Just as a way of, it's not even about motivation. Because motivation would then turn this into like a 6 of Wands or an Ace of Wands or even a 6 of Cups that says, I want to do it. It feels good to do it. It doesn't always. When we wake up in the morning, it's like, I don't want to do it. But if I allow myself to say that to myself, I'll probably not do it. Okay? So this isn't about motivation necessarily. This is about discipline. This is about willpower that just says, I'm going to get up and I'm going to take that first step. Once I take that first step, then the energy gets kicked in. Like, this is lighting the flame here. Okay, this is that first one. We're in bed. We don't want to do it. As soon as we get up out of bed and we start moving around, we start to feel good. We get warmed up. We get into it, and and everything's fine. We're fully awake here. Right here, we're sleepy, and it's saying, I don't want to get out of bed. But here now, we're fired up. Okay. As we talk about the path of the serpent, we're going to deal with the moon card and the idea of sunrise and like kind of starting a new day. And by the way, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. These readings are totally free. Okay. Spirit's telling me something about animal communication, that you're good with animals, or maybe it's a spirit animal or something like that that you identify with, or something along those lines with the animals, yeah. This is a doorway. This is a doorway that is, to me, this is kind of what made me feel like maybe you haven't really started this yet, because there's a fear, there's a reluctance. It's kind of saying like, I don't know what's on the other side of this. I don't know that I want to commit to this because I don't know what my days are going to be like. I don't know when this is going to be over, right? Maybe we feel like, maybe what really is going on is that you have been doing this for a long time, but every day feels like, oh gosh, another day. We're kind of taking it one day at a time. That's why we have the ace there, because it feels like this is a brand new day. This is the first step again. Every morning is a first step out of bed kind of thing. Because this is a doorway, let's do a Divine Doorway Oracle card. I feel like we're having a difficult time keeping ourselves motivated, and now we're sort of running on just pure discipline. Okay? The inner power, yeah, pure willpower, inner power. By your own command, you brought yourself here. At this moment in life, you have nothing to fear. Okay? You have nothing to fear. Because I feel like the sun that's rising in this card is a couple of things. One, I feel like it is the idea that you've been here before, and you know that some days we just don't want to do it. But you know what? We just get up and we do it anyway. And I think this card is also referring to the idea that you're just about out of this dark, scary forest. That I think you're about to experience a breakthrough here that may be the most motivating thing that you've ever encountered, because this is leading right to a tower event. A tower moment is kind of a surprise. It's something that may shake you to your core, right? But it's kind of like the rumbling of a rocket ship that is just, transcending the current cycle, okay? So we might be hitting a point where we are motivated, where we don't even need the willpower now. We're excited. We get up and we do the thing, and it feels good all the time now, right? But the Moon card is a little bit of doubt. It is kind of saying like, I don't know how long I can keep going through this cycle. This is the Moon card. It's about cycles and things too, right? So this is kind of saying like, I don't know if I can just do another day of this, another day of getting up at the same time and doing the same thing, and I'm tired, I don't want to do it, right? Trust me, I have this feeling every morning too. We just don't know that there's an end to it. I just don't know what's going to be on the other side of this. Okay, so there's kind of a fear there, and I feel like sometimes it starts to break down the system a little bit. But I see you persisting nevertheless. Again, no swords cards. So I feel like all this stuff is happening, but you're not sitting there dwelling on it. You're not ruminating on it, and that's a very good thing. Because despite the fear, despite this sort of reluctance or even the confusion or the darkness, you are using your inner power by your own command. And at this moment, you have nothing to fear because you are the sun. Right? This card is about the sun and the moon connected here. So you are the light every day. You are the sun that every day must rise and scatter the darkness and illuminate the day. And illuminate the productivity of the day or the opportunities of the day. Okay? So when we go next into our Tower card, this is a card of really abrupt change. And this is in your environment. Okay? I feel like today's the day for the breakthrough. Today's the day where we sort of get off this lunar cycle of just like going through these phases where it's just like at the beginning I'm very, very motivated, then my motivation really wanes. And then I start to get sort of motivated again as the moon waxes, and then it sort of wears off again. And it's just every day is kind of the same thing, up and down and up and down. It's the roller coaster of life, right? The twists and turns, the ups and downs of life. And we're ready for it to be different. We're ready for something to open up and just like, we're ready to make it. We're ready to get through the ceiling. We're ready for the breakthrough. And I feel like that's what the Tower is. The Tower is always going to be disruptive. So it's something that's happening that's going to change your routine and something that's going to, I think, really inspire you. Maybe this is like an unexpected bonus coming in. Maybe this is, an opportunity that we never really imagined. Okay, something very significant is going to happen for you very soon. And it's going to happen while you're in this Just like, I'm just got to force myself to get up, sheer discipline, willpower. I got to get through the day. Something amazing is going to happen that is going to inspire you, that's going to energize you and empower you. I feel like it has something to do with money. Okay, I don't know if it's going to be like an unexpected bonus or like, you know, I don't know, a tax return kind of thing, or like something's going to give you a boost. Something's going to give you a supercharge. Okay, and then I feel like, I don't know, then I feel like the Four of Cups under the surface is going to turn into that Six of Cups, and we're going to say, I love this. I can't believe I get to do this. And it's so much fun, you know? So I feel like that moment is happening very soon for you. But the fear that we see, of course, is the fear of the Seven of Pentacles, the fear of failure. And that is pretty standard, right? Pretty standard. Your consistency here is what is really the key for you. And I'm starting to now get this idea that this is kind of talking about a daily cycle for you. And, or it could be monthly or whatever you want to say. But it is something that we're ready to take the first step again, right? Every morning kind of we have to renew our effort. Every morning it feels like I'm taking that first step again, right? But the fear of failure is what is sort of, you know, is starting to get us down. I think we're starting to feel a waning of our emotions, a waning of that motivation. We're starting to not really like the path. Okay, so we really need a breakthrough, and it's kind of like it's almost like the universe rewards us when we're consistent with our path. We're, you know, because at the beginning we're very motivated, like I said, but then that energy starts to wane, and we're at the point where we're kind of low, and I'm not so motivated right now. Every day it seems like it's getting harder for me to get up and do it. I think when we reach that state, and Spirit sees that we are still consistent, that we're still trying our hardest to do it, even though almost out of gas, but I'm going to do it one more time, I think that's when the breakthrough comes. But we can't give up, right? We can't quit before that miracle happens, before that breakthrough happens, or that leveling up happens. Because it's going to happen when we're at the lowest, you know, when we're at the most demotivated, when our energy is really starting to wane, but it's like, okay, one more day, here I go, getting up, getting my boots on, I'm going to do it. That's when we're going to get that breakthrough, okay? So we push through the darkness, we push through the feelings of failure, the feelings of, or even the feeling that I'm on this thing every day, waking up, putting on the boots, and nothing's happening. Because your consistency here is key, and that's the Prince of Pentacles, your superpower. This is your stubbornness, really. This is your ability to keep yourself on the path, even when you're kind of like saying, I'd rather just stay in bed. This isn't so fun for me right now. You're able to just do it anyway and not think about it. This is the builder. This is the one who's there, wakes up in the morning, goes to this construction site, starts building the barn. Doesn't think about, why am I building a barn? Who's going to use the barn? What kind of animals are going to be in the barn? You know, who's paying for the barn? Who's buying the barn? Did we get the permits for the barn? No, you're just showing up and building the thing. And I think that's kind of how you keep yourself going, is that you're trying not to really think about it. You're just saying, this is my job, this is my duty, I get up and I do it. It is very disciplined. And you have, of course, a stereotype of being very stubborn and very stable and very reliable, like you show up every day and you do the work. But if somebody asks you, do you like it? Are you having fun? You'd say, no, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be doing this right now. But you don't want people to ask you that question. You don't want to talk about it, right? You're kind of like you're a strong silent type, you know? And I feel like the good news here is that your rewards are paying off. The breakthrough is happening. You know, it's that one day that you almost don't do it. You almost say, I'm going to quit today. I can't get out of bed. It's that day where you almost give up, but you put the boots on and you go out and you do it anyway. That's the day the breakthrough happens. Okay? I feel like this is going to be really, really good. Let's look at the mystery card. I'm fully expecting a miracle here. Wheel of Fortune, 9 or a 10 of Pentacles, 9 or a 10 of Cups, the Empress, right? Something along these lines. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. We could get some air energy, though. Don't despair if we do, okay? Let's see. The Chariot. The Chariot is your devotion. The Chariot is you being in service to something higher. Okay, so this is you kind of, I'm showing up every day, I'm doing the work, it's mundane, right? Now, this is a person in a chariot, right? Now it becomes a divine mission. Now it becomes kind of like, this is a holy task. This is something that I'm meant to do, and it's beyond me. It's bigger than I am, right? And so maybe this is a little bit of motivation coming in too, because this is a loyalty, this is a commitment, this is a devotion, that it's saying, I'm not giving up on something. And I think maybe the Tower is, in some part, the realization or the revelation that, look, this is your mission in life. And you keep persisting, and you are going to be absolutely taken care of by the universe. I think, again, it's something financial coming in. Our persistence here is key. Our loyalty and our devotion, the realization that we are the vehicle of our destiny, gives us a sense of purpose and mission and holiness here, that I'm not going to let myself quit, because this is something that I am put here on this earth to do. And I feel like that sort of effort and that mindset is going to be very richly rewarded. Yeah. Now, let's do an extended reading. We're going to do an I Ching hexagram. We're going to do some oracle cards. There's a link in the corner. There's a link down below in the video description. New readings for Taurus are on Mondays and Fridays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. The readings are totally free. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.